Did you actually just use the word ethically in a sentence? You're not Clarence Darrow, Saul. You're a two-bit bus bench lawyer. And you work for me.
Man, I haven't seen last night's episode of Breaking Bad yet. I'm very excited to catch it on iTunes tonight. But anyway, when hit shows like Mad Men, Breaking Bad, you wouldn't think cable network AMC was having trouble. You'd be wrong. William Launder joins us right now to tell us, morning, AMC's actually having some issues, and a big one is they've lost carriage on Dish Network.
Exactly. Dish it's not as big as someone like a Comcast or a Time Warner Cable, but it's 14 million subscribers, roughly, about 13% of AMC's overall subscriber base when you do the math. So that's a big chunk, and they've warned in their last earnings that they haven't quantified by how much they're going to be impacted, but there's going to be some sort of a big blow. Now,
the root of this problem is what? Dish says it's programming costs. AMC says it's an old legal dispute.
Exactly.
It's probably the programming costs, of course, for cable networks. That's been an issue for a while.
Yeah, this is there are constantly battles between programmers and distributors in the TV business about how much they're paying and how much is being charged. It's an age-old debate. It keeps getting worse.
What's that monthly affiliate fee
exactly.
that basically gets passed on to cable subscribers every month?
In this case, it's a little bit more of a gray area. There's some litigation involved tied to some old cable channels that AMC used to operate. That goes to trial next month. The bottom line is neither of them can really agree about why they're fighting. But in the meantime, AMC seems to be bearing the brunt of the problems.
What's the impact here? What has Dish said really about the fact that AMC is putting some of its shows, unlike other cable networks, they're allowing folks to buy the shows without having to subscribe to cable. Has that had some impact here?
Well, I don't know if there's a real impact on the ratings or any sort of a financial impact.
Because I don't have to watch Breaking Bad on AMC anymore via my cable. I can buy it on iTunes, which is what I do and a lot of other people
I mean, arguably you could do that for any kind of show that's involved with a network that hasn't been dropped. So, I mean, the iTunes or Netflix model is a bit separate. But what you have seen here increasingly is someone like AMC putting some shows on the air ahead of schedule, or not on the air, excuse me, but online for free. So that's a bit of an interesting and new tactic.
Now I should say they do charge for a lot of these good shows. What's really the future for AMC? Now, of course, Breaking Bad is ending after this season. Mad Men is probably winding down. Or I forgot. Correct me. Is Mad Men over?
No, there's still
there's another season
I believe
coming?
1 or 2 more seasons left. But
okay, but now that I mean, Breaking Bad was a very hit show. What's coming next for the network?
Well, they are investing in a lot of new programming. Original content is sort of their big push right now to kind of have all these new edgy shows. They cost a lot of money to create. So the balance for them is to balance this high spending to make good shows and still try to get a bit more in terms of ratings and affiliate fees, and ideally not deal with this kind of a standoff with someone like Dish.
What have the ratings been for AMC of late?
Well, you have to keep in mind that AMC is much smaller than something like ESPN or something like that, which has a huge ratings and fan base.
But I think that a Mad Men, a Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, these shows would boost ratings, but they've had issues
You'd be surprised. There's a little bit of a drop-off. The data is tough to look at. It's the summertime. People aren't watching TV that much, and when they are, they might have been watching the Olympics. There seems to be an indication of a modest drop-off since the blackout started. But you do have to keep in mind that something like Mad Men, although it attracts a rabidly loyal fan base, does not have the huge ratings support of something like American Idol or another primetime show. So these are kind of niche products, and as a result, they obviously don't have the same financial impact.